Welcome to the lesson 1 of our 315 Modern Standard Arabic Grammar. In this lesson, which is the lesson 1, we'll begin by exploring the trilateral verbs in the Modern Standard Arabic, the MSA, and we'll focus specifically on the first weight of the form 1 of the trilateral verbs. So there are actually more than 10 forms. First 10 are more common of these MSA verbs. So in the first form, there are actually 6 mayors. Wazn, and the plural is ozan. So those 6 weights are patterns, are mayors of the MSA trilateral verb. So we'll discuss only the first one of those weights. Now, trilateral verbs, as the name suggests, are the verbs which are built from 3 consonants, the root, the root like fa'ala, fa, ain, and lam. So the first form is the simplest and most foundational verb form in MSA. So understanding form 1 is crucial because it serves as the basis for all other verb forms in Arabic, as it is where the structure of many common Arabic verbs begin. So in this lecture, we'll cover the first form, which is the most common one. First, let's look at those 6 mayors, and then I will discuss more about the first form. So there are 6 mayors of the trilateral verbs depending on the arrangement of the vowels, on which generally it's the medial radical, or the medial consonant that's changing between the past or the perfect tense and the present or the imperfect. So here we'll see that in the first form it's the middle radial is fa'ala, and in the past, and it in the present it changes yaf ilu. So an example of the fa'ala yafilu is zaraba yazribu. That's an example of the first way, or the first mayer. The second mayer, the first is more common. It's simple. Basically the simple original meaning of the root. And we'll discuss many examples of this first mayer today. And then the other mayers include fa'ala, yafulu. Nasara Yansuru is an example of that. So here is the in the past it's a, and then in the present it changes to u, the medial radical. And the last one, so the third one in the past is always a, but in the present tense it's always u. So fa'ala, yafilu, fa'ala, yaf'ulu, and the third one is fa'ila, yaf'alu, alima, ya'lamu. So in the first 3 forms, in the first 3 mayors, the vowel of the ain, the middle one of the present tense, differs from the past. Whereas in the last 3 vowels there is no change. For example, in the last 3 mayors, the 4th, 5th, and 6th, there is no change. For example, fa'ala, yafalu. So the medial radial vowel remains the same. Mana, yamnau. Fa'ula, yaf'ulu. Fazula, yafzulu. Fa'ila, yaf'ilu. Hasiba, yasibu. So these in the 3 it's the same one. So but those are less common. The first 2 are more common. Fa'ala, yafilu, and fa'ala, yafulu. So but an easiest way to remember those is that if it's you, then it stays the you. For example, if it's in the past tense, if it's you, it stays the you. So that's one way to remember this. In the first 3 we will see that it could be any change, whereas in the last 3 it's the same one. The medial radial vowel is retained in the present tense as well. So next we'll discuss some examples of the first mayer, fa'ala, yafilu, zaraba, yazribu. So I will explain the meaning, and then the first one will be the past tense, and the second column over here will be the noun of action in the common use, and the third column is the meaning. So to be fulfilled is tamma, and tamaman is the noun affection. So tamma, tammat would be in the past tense, and in the present tense it's yatimmu, utimmu, tutimmu, yutimmuna, tutimmuna. So these are the some of the examples in the present tense. To wander, ta, yutihu, ta in the past, yutihu in the present. So ta, yuti, tuti in the present, yutihuna, tutihuna in the, so they wander. So dayahanan is wandering, it's roaming aimlessly most of the time. So so wandering in the like desert, in the mountains aimlessly, is that's the word. Yutihuna is the most common form that um, they are roaming around. Next is farm mixed with water, jabala, jablan. Then the present would be ajbilu, tajbilu, ajbilu, yajbiluna, tajbiluna. So the next is exert oneself, jadda, jiddu. Jiddan is the noun affection. Yajidduna, tatidduna would be in the for the plural form in the present tense. Jazaba, jazban. Jazaba yadzibu, the in the present forms, ajzibu, yadzibu, tadzibu, yadzibuna, tadzibuna. In the present tense, it means to draw, to track something, to draw towards some, like so that's mostly used in that sense. Jarra, to run, or jara, jara. If there is the vowel missing, so it's assumed that it's the straight vowel. Jara, jarian, running. Jara, yajri, tajri, in the past tense. So these are the examples of the some of the conjugations. Next, to take shelter, awa. It's mostly used in the past tense. Iwaa is to take, is the process of taking the shelter. To bara, barian, to cut, bara yabri, to seek something, baga, baga yabgi, abgi, tabgi, yabguna, tabguna. So it's bagyan, to seek, basically. To weep is baka, yabki, tabki, abki, yabkun, tabkun, and the noun affection is the buka, the weeping. Next is bath, bata yubitu, to pass the night, and the process, the noun affection is mubitan, passing the night, and bata yubitu, in the present it's ubitu, tubitu, yubituna, tubituna, the most common ones in the present tense. The cell is ba, bayan, ba yubiyu, tubiyu, yubiyuna, tubiyuna, and the process of selling is bayan. In the colloquial, it's become bay, biyuna, biyuna, so on. To be distance is ban, ban, yubin, yubuna, would be bayuna. Bay, nuna will be the something that's distance. So bana yubinu tubin, yubinuna tubinun, so on. Okay, so dafana, yadfinu, the dafana in the past, yadfinu in the present tense, and yadfinu, tadfinu, adfinu, yadfinuna, tadfinuna, and the process of burial, the noun of action is dafnan. Rasa, to eulogize, or yarsi, risa, and would be the eulogization, like to praise someone. To return is raja, yarjiu, yarjiu, arjiu, tarjiu, yarjiuna, tarjiuna, raju. An is the returning, or like it's commonly used if somebody has committed a mistake and they want to correct it, then it's also called the raju. Somebody held a wrong belief and then they want to distance themselves from that, so that will also be in that sense. Ravia, Yarvi, Tarvi, Arvi, Tarvuna, Yarvuna. So relate. Generally, you will see this word most of the time in the book of the Hadith, because there is a chain of narrators. So that the first one generally start the who is narrating it from the person from who he heard that, or from he got that. So in that sense, the whole chain of the narrators, from the companions of the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and to the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So that will generally be related with this. So Vaina will be the past tense, and then Yarvi, Tarvi, Arvi, and so on. In the Rivaya is the relating. Increase, Zada, Yuzidu, Ziyada is the noun of action. Zaga, to err, to make an error. Zaga, Yuzigu, Yuziguna, Tuziguna, Tuzigu, Zigu, so on. And Zayaganan. So the process of making the noun of action is Zayaganan. To take captive is Saba, Saba, Yasbi, Saiban. To steal is Saraka, Yasriku, Tasriku, Yasriku, Yasrikuna, Tasrikuna. And Sirka is the process of stealing, the noun of action. To the circulation of the blood is Sara, Yasri, Saryanan is the noun of action. To shed blood, Safaka, Safaka Yasfikuna, Tasfikuna, Tasfiku, Yasfiku, Asfiku. In the present tense, those are some of the common conjugations. The Safkan is the process of shedding the blood. To give to drink is Saka. And the process is Sakin, Saka, yes, ki, taski, yaskuna, taskuna, so on. So to travel is Saha, Yusihu, Tusihuna, Yusihun. And the noun of action is siyaha. To march is sar, sara, yusiru, tusiruna, yusiruna, usiru, tusiru. Siren is the noun of action. To flow, sala, yusilu, sayalanan is the flowing. Generally it's for use for the flood, and for the floods, flowing of the flood, this word is used. Shatama, Yashtimu, Shatman is to revile, to criticize someone harshly. So shatama, yashtimu, ashtimu, tashtimu, yashtimuna, tashtimun, and the noun of action is shatman. To buy, shara, shiraan is the process of buying. Shara yashri, ashri, tashri, yashruna, tashrun, in some of the conjugations in the in the present tense. To be transparent, shaffa, yushifu, yashifu, sorry, yashifu, tashifu, yashifuna, toshifuna, and the shafufan is the noun of action for the transparent. To roast something, shawa, yashvi, tashvi, yashibuna, tashibuna, shayyan is the roast. To become gray, to become old, shaba, yashibu, toshibu, yashibuna, toshibun, and the noun of action is shayban, shayba, to be old. Next is jalasa, yajlisu, ajlisu, tajlisu, yajlisuna, tajlisun, and the noun of action is jalusan. To gather fruit is janna, jana, yajni, tajni, yajnun, tajnun, and the noun of action is, or the masdar or the infinitive is janiyan. Hatma, to impose, yahtimu, ahtimu, tahtimu, yahtimuna, tahtimun, hatman, imposition. To omit something, hazaf, yahzifu, ahzifu, tahzifu, yahzifuna, tahzifun, and the process of omission is hazfan. So I'm generally presenting the conjugation for the present tense. For the past tense, those are simple. For example, for the first form, the singular first form, it will be hazaftu, hazafta, hazafti, hazaft, hazaftum, hazafu. For example, harama, the past conjugation would be haramtu, haramta, haramti, haramt, haramtum, and the haramu. So to deprive is harama, yahrimu, hirmanan is the noun of action. There could be many noun of action. So here the common ones are listed over here. Hazama, yahzimu, to pack up. Hazamatu, hazamati, hazamat, hazamu, hazamtum are generally the past conjugations, and the in the present tense conjugations would be yahzimu, ahzimu, tahzimu, yahzimuna, tahzimun, and the process and the noun of action of the packing up is hazman. To dig, hafara, yahfiru, tahfiru, ahfiru, yahfiruna, tahfiruna, in the past, in the present, sorry, and the hafran is the process of digging up, and the hafaratu, hafarati, hafart, and so on, in the past tense. To swear is halafa, yahlifu, yahlifuna, tahlifun, ahlifu, tahlifu, and halifan is the process of swearing. To shave is halaka, yahliku, tahliku, yahlikuna, tahlikun, tahlikun. So basically the yahlikun, there might be a sound of ha as well. You need to be very careful to distinguish between ha and the sound of ha. Yahlikun, yahlikuna, tahlikun. And hilaka is the process of shaving. To carry something like shil, which used is in the most of the time in colloquial hamala, hamala. Yahmilu, tahmilu, ahmilu, yahmiluna, tahmiluna, and the process of carrying is hamlan. To protect, hama, yeah, himaya is the process of giving someone the protection. Um, Yahmi, Yahmi, Tahmi, Yahmiuna, Tahmiun, so on. Those would be the conjugations in the present tense. Next, to surround someone, haka. There is an error over here, so there should be two dots. Haka, yuhiku, tuhiku, yuhikuna, tuhikun. So that's the to surround, and hayukan is the process of surrounding something. To weave is haka, yuhiku. The yahiku, yahikun, tahikun, and so on. Hiyaka, hana, yahiku, hayuna, to be in season. Kharra, yakhiru, to kneel. Kharuran, yakhirun, takhirun. Khasfa, yakhsifu, to be vanished, to be eclipsed. So yaksifun, taksifun. Khasfan is the process of vanishing. To subdue, khafaza, yakhfizu, takhfizu, and yakhfizuna, takhfizun. Khafzan, to reduce the degree, subdue. To mix is khalata, yakhlitu, yakhlituna, takhlitun, and khaltan is the process of mixing. To fail, khaba, yuhibu, tuhibu, yuhibun, tuhibun, and khayba is the process of failing, like failure. To sew, khata, yuhitu, khiyata is the sewing, khata, yuhitu, yuhitun, tuhitun. To know is dara, dara, yadriku, adriku, tadriku, yadrikuna, tadrikun, and diraya is the process of knowing. Basically, it's somewhat similar to alama, to know, but there is some contest we will discuss once we discuss that one. Next is asa, yasi, yasi, asiya, asaya, and isyanan is to rebel. The yaisuna, taisun is to that they rebel against something. To incline towards, to join, to atfa, yatifu, atifu, tatifu, yatifun, atifun. Atfan is the process of joining. To tie, akada, yakidu, takidu, yakiduna, takiduna. Aqdan is the process of tying, the noun of action. Akafa, akafa, yakifu, to preserve. Akifu, takifu, yakifun, takifun. Akfan is the process of preservation. To feed cattle is alafa, yalifu. Because all these examples are of the first mayor, so we are doing faala, yafilu. So for example, aba, yuibu, to ibun, yuibun. So to be faulty is to aba, yuibu. Yaibu, sorry. So in the first form, the first ya will always be a, not you. So in the second, And the present of the first form will always be starting with the a, not you, because you will be the passive over here. Although the present tense of the second, third, and fourth form, they always start with the you. So we will discuss once we go to the second, third, and fourth form. So aba, yaibu, asha, yaishu, yaishun, taishun, aishu, taish, maisha, the living, the economy. To plant something is garasa, yagrisu, tagrisu, yagrisuna, tagrisuna, and the process of plantation, the noun of action is gharsan. Ghazala, to spin, ghazlan, ghazala, yagzilu, yagziluna, tagzilun, agzilu, and ghazalan is the spinning. To wash, ghasala, yagsilu, tagsilu, yagsiluna, tagsilun, and ghasalan, ghaslan is the process of washing. Next is to forgive, ghafara yaghfiru, ghufrana, noun of action. To conquer is ghalaba yaglibu, yaglibun, taglibun, aglibu, taglibu, ghalba is the process of conquering. To boil is ghala, yagli, ghaliyanan is the process of boiling. Ghaba, yugibu, yugibun, ugibu, tugibun, and ghaiban is to be absent. Fatana, yaftinu, taftinu, yaftinun, taftinun, aftinu, and the noun is fitna, basically to seduce, to trial. Farra is to flee. Farra, yafirru, tafirru, yafirrun, tafirrun, and the process of fleeing is firaran, noun of action, masdar, infinitive. These are all names for this. Faraza, yafrizu, yafrizu, afrizu, tafrizu, yafrizuna, tafrizun, and farzan is the process of enacting, supposing something to be obliged, to be dutiful, and so on. Fasada, yafsidu, to bleed, yafsidu, tafsidu, yafsiduna, tafsidun, and fasdan is the process of bleeding. To separate something, fasal. That's why the most of the time the chapters in the Arabic books are the fasal. Fasala, yafsilu, tafsilu, tafsilun, yafsilu, yafsilun, afsilu, and nafsilu. Faslan, faza, to overflow, again related to the floods. Faza, yafizu, afizu, tufizun, yafizun, and faya, zanan, the process of overflowing. Next is to become old, sheikh, shaykh. So shaha, yashihu, yashihun, tashihun, and shaykhuha is the process of it. This is very less common, but shayban generally is most commonly used for the old. To be sound, saha, yasihu, tasihu, yasihun, tasihun, sihatan is to be sound, to be right, to correct, like the sahih hadith, the sound hadith, the right. To dismiss, to spurn, sarafa, yasrifu, saraf is also coming from this. We will discuss the more nouns separately. Here I'm just focusing on the conjugations and the noun of action only. Sarafa, yasrifu, yasrifun, tasrifu, tasrifun, asrifu, nasrifu, and the circle. To cry out, to crow, saha, yasihu, yasihu, yasihun, tasihu, tasihun, asihu, asihu, nasihu, and suyahan, sara, yusiru, To become. This is more to be word. This is very common word, verb to be. It's mostly to use to become, to be. Sara yusiru, usiru, tusirun, yusirun, and sairura is becoming. Make a noise, zajja, yazijju, and zajijan is the process of making noise. Zaraba yazribu, azribu, nasribu, yazribun, tazribun. Zarban is the process of beating. To be lost is za, yazi'u, the yazi'u, tazi'u, yazi'un, tazi'un, and ziyan is the process of getting lost. To be narrow is zaqa, yaziku, the yazikun, tazikun, and zikan is the being narrow. To leap is zafara, yasfiru, azfiru, tazfiru, yasfirun, tasfirun, nasfiru, tafuran. It's tafara, sorry, tafara is to leap, and tafuran is to it's a noun. To fold, tawaya, yativu, yatiu, otiu, yatiun, tayan is the process of folding. To be agreeable is taba, taba, yatibu, utibu, yutibun, utibun, tiban. To be agreeable. To fly, tara, yutiru, utiru, yatirun, tatirun, tayaranan is to fly. To happen, araza, yarizu, arizu, yarizun, arizun, tarizun, narizu, arzan is the process of happening. To know is like so far we have discussed three words to alama, dara, and arafa. It's also for know. Arafa, yarifu, arifu, narifu, yarifun, tarifun, marifa is to know. To resolve is azama, yazimu, azimu, tazimun, yazimun, asman is the resolve. Like to have a firm resolve to do something and so on. To prevent something is asama, yasimu, isma is to prevention. To incline to something, to somebody, mala, yamilu, amilu, yamilun, tamilun, mailanan is the inclination. Nabaza, yanbizu, anbizu, nanbizu, yanbizun, tanbizun. Nabazan is to abandon. Nabaza is to throb, yanbizu, anbizu, nanbizu, yanbizun, tanbizun. Nabzan is to throb. Naza to take away, yanziu, anziu, nanziu, yanziun, tanziun, and to take away is nazan. To descend, nazala, anzilu, yanzilu, tanzilu, yanzilun, tanzilun, and the process of descending is nazul, nazulan. To attribute something to something, nasaba, yansibu, yansibun, tansibun, and the noun of action in this case would be the nisba, the attribution. To winnow, to scatter something like to dust, to sand, to, in very small pieces. So that's the nasafa. Yansifu in the present tense, and the ansifu, tansifu, yansifun, tansifun, nasfa or nasfan is the process of scattering. Nataka is to speak, yantiku, yantikun, tantikun. Nutkan is the process of nutka, is the process of speak. Again, it's all on fala yafilu. Naha, yanhi, tanhi, anhi, nanhi, nahian is to prohibit, prohibition. To intend something, nawaya anvi niya is the intention. Next is to shout. Hatafa yahtifu ahtifu tahtifu. Hutfan is the shouting. To put to fight. Hazama yahzimu ahzimu yahzimun tahzimun, and the defeat is hazima. To break, to bruise. Hashama yahshimu. Yeah, tashimu, hashimu. Hashman is to breaking. To digest is hazama yahzimu, tahzimu. It's the pronunciation is quite similar to put to flight, and it's the sound, and it's the hadama yahdimu, and so on. But then again, that will be to break something, to flatten something. So we need to be very careful in the sounds. To perish is halaka yakhliku, takhliku, yakhlikun, takhlikun, halakan is the perishing. To be agitated, haja, particularly for the sea, haja, yuhiju, hiyajan, hama, to love passionately, like extreme love. Yuhimu, and huyaman is the kabaza yakbizu, kabzan is to grasp, to throw, to vomit. Kazafa yakzifu, kazfan is the vomiting, to join. Karana yakrinu, karnan, to gnice. Karaza yakrizu, karzan. To purpose is to kasada. It's also used for the intention. Yaksidu, kasdan, to decide, to die, to fulfill. Three meanings of the kaza, yukzi, yakzi. Kaza, to jump is kafaza, yakfizu, kafzan. To fry is kala, yakli, kalyan. To mayer is kasa, yakis. Takisu kiyasan is to mayer. To lie is kazabai. Yakzibu, akzibu, yakzibun, takzibun, and kaziban is the lying. Similarly, to gain something, to earn something is kasaba, yaksibu, kasban, noun of action. Kasara, past, to break. Yaksiru, kasran is the breaking. To uncover, to discover, to invent. Kashafa, yakshifu, kashfan, noun of action. Kafa, yakfi, to be sufficient. Kifaya, to be very. Kalla, to be burdensome. Yakillu, kallan, like to cause extra burden on somebody. Kalla. To slap. Latma, yaltimu, latman, lamasa, yalmisu, lamsan, to process of touching. Laka, yuliku, yaliku. Yaliku, liaka is the fitting, to be tended, kind. Lana, yalin, alin, talin, linan, to be kind. To malaka, yamliku, amliku, tamliku, yamlikun, tamlikun, mulkan is the possession. Some more example of the first mayer, or the first weight of the trilateral verbs. Form 1, faala, yafilu. So wasala, yasilu, yasilun, tasilun. Sila is to join, to arrive. To promise is wada, yaidu, waidu. Idda is the promise. Ta'idu, yaidun, taidun. Waza, yaizu, yaizun, taizun. Izza is to like to exhort somebody, to advise, to wafada, to come. Yufidu, wafudan. Wafa, yawafi, wafiyan, wakada, to burn. The wafa is to fulfill the promise, wafiyan. Wakada, yakidu, wakudan is the process of burning. To stand is wagafa, yagifu, wakafa, yakifu, wakufan. These are all the examples of some of the irregular form, not the simple one. We'll discuss these types later on. Wakafa yakifu, wakfan, to shed tears. Wakala yakilu, waklan. Walada yalidu, wilada. Wahya yahi, wahyan, to be weak. To bury alive is wada yidu, wadan. To leap is wasaba yasibu, wasuban. Wasaka yasiku, sikkan. Wajaba yajibu, wajuban. To is to be necessary. To find is wajada yajidu, wajidu, yajidun, tajidun, ajidu, najidu. Vijdanan is the to find. To come is varada yaridu. Process of the coming is vuruda, the process, vurudan or vuruda, the process of coming. Weight is wazna yazinu, waznan is the process of weight. Wasaka yasiku, waskan is the load, is the measure, like for the grain, most of the time for the wheat. In the classical book, you will see wasaka and wasak, you will see it's a measure of the grain. To brand is wasama yasimu, simma then is the branding. To culminate washa, yoshi, vishaya. And the last one in this is to describe. Wasafa yasifu, asifu, nasifu, tasifu, tasifun, yasifu, yasifun. So those are the examples of the past tense conjugation. Yasifu, asifu, nasifu, tasifu, tasifun, yasifu, yasifun. And in the past it will be wasaftu, wasafta, wasafti, wasaftum, wasafu. Sifa is the description, the noun of action, like sifatan, the property of something, attribution, or the description. So that's it for today. I hope you found the first measure of the trilateral verb fa'ala yafilu useful. But remember, I may have pronounced some of this with the u vowel. The u vowel is only used in the second form fa'ala. It's always li yafilu. So, for example, wasafa yasifu, and so on. Please let me know if you have questions. Otherwise, I will see you in the next lecture of Arab 315 Modern Standard Arabic, where we'll discuss the second weight of the second weight of the first form of the Arabic word, where is nasra yansuru. Where in today's lecture we saw that the zaraba, that second radical a was changed to e or I. Whereas in the second fa'ala yafalu, the a of the second consonant or radial will be the vowel a of the second radial will be changed to u in the past tense, nasara yansuru. So take care, we'll see you then. Bye.